afternoon. I'm Kim Chapman.
And I'm Latricia Thomas. We begin tonight with those controversial statements made by cycling legend Lance Armstrong to Oprah Winfrey.
After years of denial, defamation lawsuits, and once a former hero to so many, Armstrong now says he never felt guilty about lying.
I view this situation as one big lie that I repeated a lot of times.
It did not even feel wrong.
No. It's scary.
Did you feel bad about it?
No. Even scarier.
Doping investigators say Armstrong is still lying. Armstrong claims that he stopped doping in 2005, but they claim blood tests reveal he cheated as early as 2009. Well, local cyclists have a lot to say about Lance Armstrong admitting to doping.
Tonight, we're also hearing from a former professional cyclist who lives in Dalton. News Channel 9's Natalie Jenereski spoke with Saul Raisin today, and she has the story. Natalie.
Kim, Latricia, good evening. Raisin raced professionally for years until a horrible bike accident forced him off the road, but he began his love of biking at the age of 13 and says Lance Armstrong was his inspiration.
Because it was heartbreaking. You know, I mean, it's painful to watch.
Saul Raisin says he watched Oprah's interview with Armstrong last night and almost turned it off a few times. Last night, Raisin learned his childhood inspiration was a lie.
I remember I got a flyer in the mail from the Lance Armstrong Foundation that said if you raised X amount of money, you could go to Austin, Texas and ride bikes with them. And I did that. I went house to house, raised thousands of dollars, got to go to Texas and ride bikes with them. You know, he inspired me to become a pro cyclist. So.
And while it's a tough pill to swallow, cyclists like Raisin say it's no surprise.
I think in the competitive sports and all of it, I think, you know, all of them dope to a certain extent.
I'm not shocked. And I think the vast majority of the avid cycling community isn't shocked.
Shane Adams is the owner of Bear Creek Bikes in Dalton. He says he still respects Armstrong's accomplishments.
And his work as a cyclist and his body of work as a cyclist is pretty amazing, doped or not.
He says it's not the actual doping that has him frustrated with Armstrong. It's the way he handled it.
I would have liked to have seen him come clean earlier, and more importantly, I hope that it doesn't diminish his work in cancer research and in the cancer advocacy.
Armstrong founded the LiveStrong charity and turned it into a multi-billion-dollar support program for cancer research. Raisin also hopes Armstrong's reputation in one business doesn't affect the other.
I mean, one thing people cease to forget is sports is it's a business. It's a money-making business. You can't.
And Raisin also says Armstrong's doping sends the wrong message to young athletes who look up to professionals for inspiration. Latricia.
All right, Natalie, thanks for that reaction. Earlier in the week when the story broke, we asked how you feel about it on Facebook. Here's what some of you had to say. Myra Williams says, coming clean can be therapeutic. Glad that he did it. But Linda Wilkinson writes, I think he should be in jail, not for the doping, but for the many people's lives he destroyed with his lies. You're welcome to share your thoughts on News Channel 9's Facebook page, and of course, all viewpoints are welcome.